What's going on, my friend? Leon Thomas here. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to get your prospects to open up to you so you can sell more of your product or your service with less effort. All right. So how to get your prospects to open up to you so you can sell more of your products or service with less effort. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in because we got a lot to cover. All right. So before we go into how do we do it, let's talk about how not to do it. All right. So I know a lot of times we are told on how to do things, but we're never told on like what doesn't work. I believe it's fitting to go over some things that you and I know I did when I first got into sales and you might be doing now. And that's, building what I call fake rapport. There's a lot of, things that we do in sales and we think that it's moving the needle, it's building trust, but it's not. It's actually giving us that vibe of just a sleazy, used car salesman or someone who's just trying to make money off of people. And I know if you're in sales, you've probably gone through that before and you don't want that. You don't want that image in the minds of your prospects or your clients, all right? So let's go like first thing. I know, fake rapport. I know that, this could be over the phone or in the home. It doesn't really matter. If I'm over the phone, for example, and I'm like, hey, John, hey, what's going on? How's everything going today? I'll go into, why I'm on the call, of course, and then I might say something along the lines of, well, hey, how's the weather over there? Oh, the weather's great. Oh, man, lucky you, man, I wish I was there, Corny things like that, it doesn't really work, right? If I'm in the home and I see something along the lines of, let's just say they're a Niners fan, for example. I'm in Northern California. There's a lot of Niners and Cowboys fans, right? I'm a Steelers fan. So what I'm not going to do, is I don't have to agree with them that the Niners are a great team. I know in sales we think, well, I got to agree and be cool and be nice. You know what? I might say something along the lines of, hey, you know what? Niners are great, but you know what? I'm a Steelers fan. You guys got us last year, but you know what? There's always next year. Look out for us, right? That is more genuine than me just agreeing that, hey, the Niners are a great team and you know what, you guys did this and did good. You went to the Super Bowl. That doesn't really move the needle. It's not mean, but it's not, you don't have to do that, right? It's okay to take a stand for what you believe in and, in this example, just a sports team. But it's little things like that we do that people think, oh, you're just being nice because you're trying to sell me something, right? So that's just a few examples of, fake rapport, right? Another example of fake rapport is, you're trying to be cool. Oh, this house is beautiful. This home is amazing. If I go into a home whether I'm selling solar or, water heaters or alarm systems or roofing, done all those, I'm not going to compliment their home. I won't say anything, right? I'm going to find other things and other ways to connect with them on a personal level besides, their home, even though obviously we're doing something for the home. That's just not what I'm going to do because it just seems disingenuous and it's fake to them. It's not real to them. It's just something you're saying just because in their mind you don't have anything else to talk about. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into some real rapport building and how to get people to actually open up to you. Hope you guys got some value from that. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Those are writer downers. All right. So what is the number one thing that you can do that you need to be doing in order to get your prospects to open up to you? The number one thing is actually what you need to be doing is asking connection questions, okay? Connection questions are, what this does is going to begin to build trust, okay? Because trust is truly where the sale is made, right? I know you've heard the saying, if you're in sales for some time, people buy from who the people they like, know, and trust, okay? And when we talk about buying and liking you means they understand that you are being genuine, right? They're liking you for who? For you. That's because you're actually being your authentic self to them. You're not putting on some fake facade like most salespeople do, okay? Knowing you means knowing that you are the person who truly understands their pain points, their wants, and their needs, their specific situations. I know you probably haven't been told that before, but that is what the term know means in the know, like, and trust. It's not just knowing that, you're a Lakers fan or you're a Cowboys fan and you're married with children. Those things mean something, but they don't mean that much to them because people don't really care about you, okay? They care about the results that you can get them, okay? So knowing means they know that you know about them and their unique situation on an intimate level by the questions and the tonality and the context in which that you're asking them, okay? So connection questions. Connection questions do one thing. Number one is they do a few things, but the main thing is it begins to build trust, okay? It takes the focus off of you and onto them, because keep in mind, whether you are on a sales call or you're in the home, if you're visiting the home, you're the salesperson. If you call them on an outbound call, even though they might have been an inbound lead, they feel like a Facebook form or Instagram form or YouTube or whatever. When you call them, you are the salesperson. This is how they view you, whether you know it or not, okay? You are the salesperson. So how do you transition from a salesperson to a professional? How is by the questions that you ask, the tonality and the context and the sequence in which you ask your questions, okay? I'm gonna repeat that again. They know who you are, okay? And you begin to build trust not only by the questions you ask, but by the tonality that you use, okay? And the context and the sequence in which you ask the questions, okay? So if you're just getting on the phone call or you're just getting in the home, I know a lot of us were taught to just go right into, our spill, our presentation, but we have to remember that we are in the people business before we are in the product business. So you are in the people business before you're in the product business all day long. And so I know when I first got into sales, I was all product. I thought I had to just hurry up and get into my presentation. 90% of what I did in the home was my presentation. And then the 10% was basically trying to close. And it couldn't be any further from the truth. It's just not the way that people are wired today with social media and the information that they have access to. You cannot approach them in this way. The product is just the solution to the problem. And so long as you understand that, once you understand that, I should say, you'll begin to learn that, this is about dealing with people, and people buy on their emotions and they justify with logic, okay? So another thing that connection questions do is these questions get them begin to thinking on the results versus the price, okay? So you got to keep in mind, think about how you are when I know people knock at our door at least once a week or twice a week, whether it's for solar or for roofing, alarm systems, lawn care guys, home improvements in general. I had a guy the other day came knocked on my door, and I'm generous to salespeople because I'm in sales and I know what it's like to be shot down by people. However, what's the first thing that comes to mind when someone approaches you, whether it be a phone call or they're at your door? It's money. Right? Even though we all like spending money and we all like shopping, we're thinking about money. And we have to understand that our prospects are thinking the same way. They're no different. They're just like you and I, right? So their mindset is on how much is something going to cost? What is the cost? And so what connection questions do is they begin to get your prospects to open up and get past the cost and focus more on results. Okay? Why? Because when people are focused on the results, the price doesn't really matter, right? You probably heard the saying, when value exceeds price, people buy, okay? And that is true. And that is the whole goal. When you begin to get your prospects through conversation, through your tonality, through the context and the sequence in which that you're talking to them, they're going to open up and they're going to begin to think about the results that they desire, their preferred reality versus their current reality. Okay, so I hope you guys have a ton of value from this video. Okay, if you guys have, let me know in the comments. Of course, until next time, of course, I'll see you on the next one. Okay, you guys have a great one, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Comment, like, subscribe. Take care. I love you, sales reps.